So hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel and another video. Something very different today, at least for me. Make sure my face is clean, otherwise what would mother say? So different in the sense that I am going for a long road ride instead of gravel or TT. So I'm heading over for Triathlon Dan's social ride, which is probably 25 miles, sort of the most direct route there from home. I've decided to come a slightly longer way, which then tops with the 30 miles that I plan to do with him and his groups, of which there's about 55 riders that have signed up. See how many actually turn up. It is dry anyway, conditions quite pleasant. So yeah, 30 miles over to the start, 30 miles sort of social, and then I think I'm going to come back the shortest route, which will be about 24-25 miles. So doing fag packet maths, somewhere between 80 and 85 miles, which I've not ridden that distance for probably 2 years coming up for. Morning. See how many of these guys are heading over. I've passed quite a few cyclists on the way over, but the area where I am now is pretty popular. So yes, anyway, about 10 miles from getting over to the group. It's been pleasant coming over here. So I'm 34k in. I've averaged 35k an hour. That tells you why I'm going the short way on the way back, because basically it's going to practically be a headwind. And from here, right now I know where I am, but kind of for the next 10 miles I don't really know where I'm going. I don't know where the meetup point is. So this is also a very good opportunity to test out Garmin 1050. For any of you specialised owners out there using the integrated mount, it does fit. Otherwise, recently fitted a new bottom bracket. Not really much to say about that. I have gone for one of the big ones because, you know, Pagacha and all that. And otherwise, this will be a good opportunity to test out the No Pins Pro 1 Evo race skin suit thing, which I have had on for about 15 miles once before. When it first arrived, sort of back in September time, I went out on the TT bike, and that was sort of the end of that one, and we've just not had the conditions. And what else am I testing? Oh yes, new shoes. So these are Lake, what are they, CX 333s, custom colorway, custom sole to take the speed play cleat, which I'll take a better shot of later on, because as you can tell, I'm rattling through this now pretty quick, because I think I've got about half an hour to get to the start, and it's 10 miles, which I'll piss, but I don't know where I'm going. But so far the Garmin has been spot on. As you'd expect, I was using a 1030, which was, what's that, 2018 technology, so, you know, fast approaching 10 years old. And yeah, the amount of wrong turns I used to take with that thing. But this, to be honest, is more like using Waze, so very impressed. Anyway, get some footage when I get there, hopefully get some ride footage, and absolutely have to record an outro because I'm terrible at doing those.
In 200 meters, turn right.
Hiya.
Approaching finish line.
that's me done. So the ride finished up. 144.5k. No idea what that is in the old post-Brexit measurements. 4 hours and 21. The group ride was really enjoyable, and the 30 odd miles actually sailed by. Unfortunately, I was a little bit late getting there for the start, so I sort of kept myself back. Didn't really socialise with anyone because there was sort of official photographers for both Outlaw and for Triathlon Dan, and yeah, he was in the middle of sort of I guess a thank you for coming and all that kind of thing. So when he edits and uploads the so when he edits and uploads the ride, you know, probably sort of see me there sheepishly in the background. But anyway, not to worry. Disappointing that I didn't kind of get to speak to them, to Dan or Liz, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, that's probably longest ride of the year. Don't fancy doing that again in a hurry. And to be honest, it was a really enjoyable ride until it wasn't, which was basically because of the headwind for the 25 miles or so back. But there we go. All right, so hope you like the video, whatever this kind of comes out like. Obviously, coming up, I will do review of shoes. What else have I got? Skin suit. I'm not going to bother with a 1050, I don't think, because there's far better reviews out there than kind of what I would do. But otherwise, yeah, look out for a new TT bike. Maintenance on the Trek checkpoint coming up, and yeah, the as and when TT rides. So big thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you would like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.